The infamous Roman Emperor Nero. Where shall I begin? Being the last of the legendary Julio-Claudian dynasty that began with Julius Caesar himself, great things were expected of Nero. He came to power when his stepfather, the Emperor Claudius, died in 54 AD. He enjoyed high praise and support from the Praetorian Guard, the bodyguard of the office of the emperor, and the lower classes. He often alienated the aristocrats due to him appearing in chariot races and acting in plays. The Senate viewed these activities as demeaning to his office. The Senate also did not care for his hiking of the elite's taxes to pay for the number of amphitheaters he built and the large extravagant games he organized. On the foreign policy front, however, things weren't all that bad in the eyes of the Senate. His general, Corbulo, fought the Parthians to a stalemate and attained a good peace deal with them. The Roman general Paulinus crushed a revolt in the far Britannia province led by the famous warrior queen, Boudica. Also, the First Jewish-Roman War began, which ended in a resounding Roman victory. However, back home, Nero seemed to do nothing but alienate. He allegedly beat his pregnant wife to death and then buried her in the Egyptian manner, which was taboo. Then he married a young boy who looked like his past wife and then castrated him. Yes, Nero was quite the character. Now we come to the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. Ancient Rome had always been prone to fires due to the ad hoc, often chaotic building styles of the Romans. Everything was very cramped and too close together. The fire started near the Circus Maximus, where the chariot races were held and burned for 7 days, and destroyed 3 of the 14 districts of Rome, and severely damaged 7 more. The fire actually stopped for a short time, then burned for 3 more days. Some people blame Nero for the fire, and others don't. The ones who don't say he wasn't even in Rome when it began, and when he did come back, he opened his palace to the homeless and fed them all at his own personal expense. Those who do blame him point to him allegedly playing a harp while Rome burned, or that he reenacted a play about the sack and burning of Troy with the fire in the background. What does not look good for Nero is that after the fire he built a new palace complex called the Domus Aurea, meaning the Golden House in the newly cleared area of the city. He also blamed Christians for the fire, and had many of them in the city burned alive and fed to lions. His reign ended unsurprisingly in suicide when a successful coup was launched against him, and rather than face a humiliating trial and execution, he chose the kill himself. Nero is an example in my eyes of what absolute power can do to people. Who is to say that his fate would not befall any one of us if we were put in the same shoes?